YouTuber Dream finally admitted to cheating during some of his Minecraft speedruns. He denied it for months, attacked those who disagreed with him, and went so far as to hire a Harvard-trained astrophysicist to back him up, which, well, backfired. Now, in admitting he cheated, he also apologized, but it wasn't really an apology, and the response from those who aren't diehard Dream fans has been one giant scoff. Hey, it's me, your angry bearded YouTube friend, telling you to do all of the things that allow me to do my job better, like liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that notification bell. And as per the comments about my hands, well, they literally aren't going anywhere, so I don't know what you want me to do. So if you don't know who Dream is, well, I'll tell you right now. The Minecraft YouTuber was named YouTube's Breakout Star of 2020, and he has millions of fans across multiple YouTube and social media channels.
He's here!
Pick it up.
Oh my goodness! I got his water! Shoot him!
Nice.
Shoot him! Kill him!
He's gone, he's dead.
Oh! What?
You're joking.
How did he survive?
On May 30th, he released a lengthy pastebin statement admitting to cheating during a few different Minecraft speedruns from back in October of 2020. Here's an excerpt from his statement. I'll get to the full thing in a bit. Quote, "When the drama first started, I cared more about defending myself and being right than about figuring out what was actually going on, and I shot myself in the foot by doing it." End quote. Also, a while after he published that statement, it mysteriously got deleted. Dream blamed it on pastebin, but seeing how this is the internet, it wasn't really that hard to find. Now, if you're new to this story, you might be wondering why you, the smart person that you are, should give a shit about a popular kid cheating in Minecraft. But his admitting to such a thing comes after months and months of denying it, attacking the moderator team who accused him, and just all around playing the victim. So now, people are pissed that he lied, stirred up a bunch of shit on social media, and demonized a group of volunteer moderators who, as it turns out, were right to accuse him of cheating. Now, I'm not going to run through every single thing that happened because you probably have a life and we don't have all day, but here's some context as to how we got to this point. So around October of 2020, a chunk of Dream's content on YouTube and Twitch focused on him speedrunning.
Let's go! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
The type of speedrunning that Dream is known for is referred to any % random seed glitchless, which basically means that everything is random every time. The drops are random, the spawn points are random, the world itself is random every single time. This makes fast times hard to accomplish because there's no patterns to memorize, nothing to rely on for that next run. After word got out about some funky 1.6 version times that Dream submitted to the moderator team at speedrun.com, who essentially validate all of the times that are placed on the leaderboard, people started asking questions. People were essentially doubting the legitimacy of the drops Dream was getting on rare items that are crucial to posting fast times. He was getting them a lot more often than people thought was naturally possible. The way people thought he was cheating, a version of which turned out to be true, was by using a disallowed modification buried deep in his files that essentially increased the percentage at which he was getting these extremely rare drops. Now, based on the growing chorus of doubters and the fact that the moderator team publicly stated they were going to look into this, Dream preemptively published a 10-page Google Doc response, basically saying that people were cherry-picking data and calling this whole situation nonsense. A short while later, the head of the moderator team published both a thorough paper and a YouTube video basically saying exactly that. Based on the information available, the times Dream achieved and the resource drops that he got were almost near impossible to achieve without cheating. The moderator team video and paper combo set off even more vitriol online, and Dream got extremely salty, taking shots at the mod team in a series of tweets over the following days. Now, to be fair, the mod team weren't exactly saints either. The head of the moderator team fired back at Dream online, and Dream alleged that he got DMs from people on the team stating that this whole thing was a hatchet job and that certain people had a weird grudge against him. Dream reasserted this allegation in the weird statement apology thing that I promise we are getting to soon. Dream then took things one step further and hired a Harvard-trained astrophysicist to essentially write a rebuttal paper and pick apart the arguments from the mod team. Except this backfired, like, spectacularly. Apparently there was a bunch of errors in Dream's scientific response, which was pointed out by a bunch of other super smart dudes on Reddit, which is hilarious, honestly. And that wasn't even the worst part. The astrophysicist that Dream hired eventually concluded that while he wasn't accusing Dream of cheating, there was certainly strong evidence that he could have. Quote, "But either way, the probabilities were almost certainly modified, and this provides very strong evidence that Dream cheated." End quote. I interviewed the head of the speedrunning moderator team when we covered this situation on this show at the time.
We wanted to inform the public because we knew that Dream's response was coming, and we wanted to balance keeping it a low profile with also making sure that if people learn about it, they learn about the correct information.
This brings us back to Dream admitting to cheating on May 30th, the half-baked apology, and the reason why everyone's upset. The Pastebin statement is quite long and honestly doesn't really say anything new. Also, he apparently wrote it at 4 in the morning on his phone while in the bathtub, which to me is a strange way of writing a sincere apology, but moving on. Dream starts out talking about what I've already told you, that he submitted Minecraft 1.6 speedruns in October of 2020. There was a bunch of suspicious chatter in the community, and while he did submit all relevant information to the mod team, he was still confused and upset as to why he was being questioned. From there, he talks about the rift between himself and the mod team, and how he felt that the mod team was out to get him. He says that because of feeling this way, he lashed out and was an asshole for doing so. Quote, "This was terribly stupid of me to do. I was scared and stressed and said and did shitty things. I regret it a lot and really wish that I'd been able to keep my calm." End quote. He then talks about the mod team's paper and YouTube video, about how they made him feel scared and how his successful career that he had built might come all crumbling down. Then he talks about hiring the astrophysicist to help defend himself, and after which he posted the scientist's response on social media of his own accord. Quote, "I felt like the right thing to do was post his findings. Even though he hadn't asked me to yet, I did. I tweeted them out and replied saying that I agree that it seems more likely than not that I cheated. I didn't say anything more than that." End quote. This is a kind of weird statement. Is it possible to agree that it seems likely you cheated? Can this observation make any sense whatsoever? Again, maybe don't write this apology at 4 a.m. while sitting in a bathtub. Dream writes that he was essentially so confident in the fact that he didn't cheat, he never, quote, explored the option that he possibly did, end quote. And then, wouldn't you know it, once he stopped to consider maybe that he cheated, it turns out that he did. Quote, "After considering this, I ended up finding out that I had actually been using a disallowed modification during 6 of my live streams on Twitch." End quote. He goes on to say that the cheating aspect stems from a specific mod that him and his boys used to use back in the early days of their Minecraft YouTube challenge videos, which increased the rates of those extremely rare drops that we talked about before. Quote, "I had considered at the time that this potentially could have been a problem, but brushed it off because 1, server side and client side are completely different, and as far as I was aware, nothing had been done client side. 2, as far as I knew, it was just basically a client mod so far, and 3, I was 99% sure that I didn't even have the recording mod on. which was backed up by the Fabric API logs saying that only the Fabric API was loaded, end quote. Now, I'm not here to shit on Dream. He made mistakes, I get it, but god damn, dude, this is vying for the strangest half-baked apology that I've ever read. Like, if he had just come out and been straight with everyone and said something like, you know what, I f***ed up, I did cheat, I apologize, my bad, this whole situation would have been a non-starter in my opinion. From there, Dream spends the next 8 paragraphs apologizing, saying that he feels guilty about how he treated the mods, and that in writing this post, a weight has been lifted off his shoulders. Here's how he ends the statement. Quote, I hope that this gives insight into my mindset a little bit, but if not, I'm not sure what will. I'm sure I'll talk about it more just for clarity's sake, but I want to avoid causing more drama. Please don't send any hate to the mod team or anyone involved in the situation. I don't want any more drama at all. You're no supporter of mine if you do, end quote. Now, for Dream stans, this statement seemingly absolves him of everything. Shit, Dream could come out and say that he hates puppies and they would still be ride or die. For everyone else, like esports personality Slasher for example, this apology was less than ideal, with many people pointing out that he doesn't really say anything. The other aspect of this situation involves how Dream handles his rabid fan base. On this, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place because he does consistently condemn the toxic portion of his fan base. But then on the other hand, he recently watched a video on stream of another YouTuber reporting on the fact that he admitted to cheating, and although he told his audience to leave this dude alone, he then jokingly disliked the video while also telling his audience not to do that.
There's this video, don't send hate. I disliked it. Okay, I did. Okay, to be fair, I do dislike the video, just to say, but, okay, I'm just gonna watch the video. I'm gonna watch the video. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna react to it. Don't send any hate, please.
It's not up to me to decide how a YouTuber polices their community, but at the very least, maybe just pay attention to your influence. Then on a May 31st stream, he talked about the situation as a whole and stated that he was done with the controversy and was moving on.
I had huge emotions, the mod team had huge emotions, the public had huge emotions, you know, my fans had huge emotions. It was just like this shit fest of everybody being hugely emotional. And yeah, and so I think it's basically, I don't know, I feel like it's one of those things where it's just, it's a shitty situation regardless.
Then he also tweeted out a thread explaining that he's just a YouTuber and not some professional speedrunner, and that speedrunning has nothing to do with the rest of his content. He ends it by saying that no one is immune to criticism and that he's going to continue trying to grow as a person. So that's it for now. Dream is trying to put this behind him. People are still pissed about his weird apology. His fans are still aggressive as shit, and his speedrunning times have been pulled from the leaderboards. I have a feeling that I'll be back here before long, reporting on yet another controversial situation involving YouTube's stick figure darling. And if I do, I'll see you then. Hey? You Phil Collins fan? Hey? You singing in the air tonight? Do you speedrun your food? You eat that fast? Yeah, it's your best time? There's been some controversy the last time you threw up your food because you ate it too quickly. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate you making an appearance. Okay, don't kick over everything.